They say art imitates life, and that truth is stranger than fiction. Holding both these common adages to be true, I wanted to take a look at three real-life incidents that have parallels in horror movies. These scenes were not necessarily directly inspired by their real-world counterparts. Sometimes it's simply a matter of coincidence. Regardless, the following incidents, which later became some of modern horror cinema's most memorable scenes, demonstrate just how horrific this world we live in can be, and how filmmakers can hardly invent anything more terrifying than the dangers and strange mysteries we face on a daily basis. In Varginha, Brazil, in 1996, a series of strange events unfolded. These events involved reports of strange creatures, unidentified flying objects, and animal fatalities. The first report of a strange creature came on January 20th, 1996, when three young women claimed to have seen a creature with large eyes, a large head, and short limbs. The creature was reportedly covered in spots and bumps, and it had a foul odor. The women said that the creature was wobbly or unsteady, and they assumed it was injured or sick. In the days that followed, there were several other reports of strange creatures in the Varginha area. A group of soldiers claimed they saw a group of three similar creatures. A farmer said he saw a large humanoid creature with a long neck and long arms. A zoo reported that several animals had died mysteriously. And the Brazilian authorities were rumored to have captured one of the creatures and to have taken it to a military base. People claimed that they witnessed UFOs in the skies as well. The Brazilian authorities investigated the reports, but they were unable to find any physical evidence of the creature or the UFOs. However, the incidents attracted a lot of media attention, and they remain some of the most famous UFO and alien sightings in history. There are several different theories about what happened in Varginha. Some people believe that the creatures were aliens, while others believe that they were simply animals that had been deformed by radiation or other environmental factors. There is no definitive answer, and the incident remains a mystery. These strange occurrences in Brazil went on to inspire a well-known scene in M. Night Shyamalan's 2002 science fiction horror film, Signs, wherein Joaquin Phoenix's character, Meryl Hess, watches news footage of an alien creature walking through a street in Brazil and interrupting a child's birthday party. In Marietta, Georgia, during August of 2004, Frankie Brohm, 23, was decapitated while riding home with his best friend, 21-year-old John Kemper Hutcherson. The two young men were inebriated from a night of drinking at a bar. As a result, while Hutcherson was driving, he veered off the road, and his truck grazed a telephone pole support wire, while Hutcherson managed to avoid crashing into the pole itself. At the moment the truck grazed the wire, Brohm stuck his head out the window because he thought he was going to be sick, and then his head was suddenly severed by the wire and tumbled to the ground. Police said Hutcherson was unaware that he just decapitated his friend and drove more than 10 miles to his parents' home, went inside, and fell asleep with the headless body still in his truck. A neighbor discovered the body the next morning while he was out for a walk with his daughter. The police arrived to arrest Hutcherson for the accident. When the police questioned him about what happened the night before, he vaguely recalled swerving to avoid another vehicle, clipping something, and then waking up to find himself under arrest. They then explained to him fully what had happened, and the blood drained from his face to be replaced by sheer anguish and disbelief. Hutcherson was charged with a DUI, failure to stop, and first-degree vehicular homicide. The case was brought to trial in 2005, and the Brohm family asked for leniency, for they believed no one was to blame for what happened to Frankie, and that it was simply a freak accident. On May 25, 2005, Hutcherson pleaded guilty to the vehicular homicide charge and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. A relatively short sentence, perhaps because Frankie's family wanted leniency. This incident is paralleled in the 2018 Ari Aster horror film Hereditary, wherein Alex Wolff's character Peter Graham accidentally decapitates his younger sister Charlie, played by Millie Shapiro, while driving in a rush to get her to the hospital while she was experiencing anaphylaxis. Charlie sticks her head out the window in an attempt to get more air, but she ends up losing her head to a telephone pole. Unlike in the real-world incident, Peter is fully aware of what happens, and he goes home and gets in bed not knowing what to do. The next day, his mother Annie discovers the headless Charlie in the car. Peter doesn't face jail time, but does face something much worse, if you'd like to watch the movie for yourself. Charla Nash was a 55-year-old woman who was attacked by a chimpanzee named Travis on February 16, 2009. Travis was a pet chimpanzee that belonged to Nash's friend, Sandra Harold. The attack happened at Harold's home in Stamford, Connecticut. Travis had been given Xanax, a tranquilizer, by Harold's veterinarian earlier that day. The Xanax apparently caused Travis to become agitated and aggressive. When Nash arrived at Harold's home, Travis attacked her, biting her face, hands, and torso. The attack was so severe that Nash lost her nose, lips, eyelids, and hands. She also suffered severe facial disfigurement and blindness. Police officers who responded to the attack shot and killed Travis. Nash was airlifted to a hospital in Boston where she underwent extensive surgery. She has since undergone several more surgeries, but she has not been able to fully recover from the attack. Nash's case was a landmark case in the United States, as it was the first time that a person had been severely injured by a pet chimpanzee. The case led to new laws and regulations governing the ownership of chimpanzees in the U.S. Nash has since become an advocate for the rights of people who have been injured by animals. She has also spoken out about the dangers of owning chimpanzees as pets. In 2012, Nash received a face transplant from a brain-dead woman. The transplant was successful, but Nash still faces many challenges, including the need for ongoing medical care. This grisly incident was the inspiration for the chimp actor Gordy in Jordan Peele's 2022 science fiction film Nope. In the film, Gordy is made to star in the sitcom Gordy's Home, and during the taping of the episode Gordy's Birthday, he is set off by the sound of a popping balloon and goes on a rampage, maiming his co-stars except for the young Jupe, who is nonetheless left traumatized by the experience. The film even features a character who resembles Nash in her veiled hat, Mary Jo Elliott, one of Gordy's victims. Both the real-world incident and the movie show us the consequences of anthropomorphizing or exploiting dangerous exotic animals, which can indeed be deadly. These true stories and their film counterparts have a lot to teach us about the unforeseen dangers and inscrutable mysteries of our world. Truly, truth is stranger than fiction, and I hope you've taken something away from these stories. Thanks for watching, you guys. Stay safe out there, and remember, don't get scared out of swords.